Emmy Carlisle, KMTV Action 3 News.
Now at 5 on KMTV, a powerful explosion rocks a Benson neighborhood, destroying one house and damaging others nearby. The blast that some say felt like a bomb happened near 65th and Sprague around 12:20 this afternoon.
We have live team coverage. Miranda Christian has a look at the damage caused to nearby homes and businesses. But we begin with Nick Starling with the investigation into that blast. Nick?
Jen, Craig, we're all here back at 65th and Sprague, where crews are still trying to figure out how and why that explosion happened. I'm going to get out of the way where you can see that where the house used to be. That's where the explosion happened. You see the surrounding houses are affected as well. Fire crews say this explosion happened at 12:17 this afternoon. When crews arrived, the only thing that was left was the foundation of the house. The rest was completely gone. The explosion caused surrounding houses to be dinged up too, especially the house right north of the explosion. We talked with a man who lives there. He was just washing dishes and cleaning up before going to work when he felt the explosion. His ceiling collapsed and his wife was sleeping when the roof fell on her. The man rushed to save his wife and dug her out.
Then she raised her hand and said, "I'm right here." So I started grabbing the towel, the ceiling, the roof and stuff off of the bed, going off of her. It just kicked me and just started pulling stuff, stepping on nails to get her out. She got out.
3 people went to the hospital, 2 women and a 14-year-old boy with critical injuries. MUD cut off gas to the house and surrounding houses. We're also told the OPD homicide unit is out as well. OFD says it may take a little bit of time to figure out what caused this explosion. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more information as well. Reporting live at 65th and Sprague, Nick Starling, KMTV Action 3 News.
The explosion could be heard and felt for blocks, and the damage is not limited to the house that exploded and the ones right next to it.
Reporter Miranda Christian continues our live team coverage right now with that part of the story. Miranda?
Yes, I'm 1 block over from where that explosion happened. These houses that are right behind me here are actually the houses that are right behind where the explosion happened. They actually do not have any power to their houses right now. A lot of them are just kind of standing outside and trying to stay cool in this heat right now. A lot of them actually have debris and damage done to them from this explosion earlier today. And as we were out here, we've been out here all morning and afternoon. Firefighters and police were going around making sure everyone was safe and they were okay. At one point, there were several houses that were evacuated for a little point because there was still an open gas line. They were worried about a secondary explosion, but that was quickly put to rest and everybody was let back in their houses, but they still do not have power. A woman who lives on this block was sitting at home when the explosion happened. Her garage had some damage to it and she was pretty shaken up when we were talking to her.
But I was just sitting there on the couch, and all of a sudden, in my 3 cousins, the front door just went, whoom! But the pressure, and then all of a sudden I heard boom, and I looked over there and went, oh my God! And you could just see the house that exploded. You could just see parts just flying.
Neighbors are really starting to clean up this area and some of the debris. We've seen them cutting wood, carrying it back and forth, really helping each other out. There's one thing that everybody was really worried about today, and that was to make sure everybody was okay. We know 3 people were injured in this explosion today, and everyone just was kind of praying and hoping that they were going to be okay in this situation. They really didn't care about all the damage. It was those people that were injured. So right now, like I said, these people don't have electricity right now. There's actually police tape in front of all these houses. We're not allowed to go past that. They're trying to hold this as almost a crime scene, that the homicide detectives will hold this whenever there's a situation like this. As fire investigators are in there looking inside, we were told that they're just kind of keeping this area from anybody getting in there and messing with anything. So reporting live, I'm Miranda Christian, KMTV Action 3 News.
Now, your weather alert first forecast.
And the excessive heat that we were dealing with last week has retreated. Afternoon high temperatures today in the 80s, but I'll let you know just how long the seasonal trend will stick around and how long this break will be lasting across the area.
Husker Nation is still reeling following the stunning death of punter Sam Foltz in a car crash in Wisconsin Saturday night. As a result, the Huskers are not attending today's Big Ten Media Day in Chicago. Reporter Emily Zink is live in Lincoln, where the tributes to Foltz continue to pour in. Emily?
Well, Jenny, this memorial for Sam Foltz continues to grow. As you see, people have been stopping by, dropping off flowers and notes. Today, I spoke with some of his teammates, and they tell me as good of a football player as Sam was, he was an even better person and friend.
This day will be stuck in time forever. The news that you just really can't connect or comprehend.
It's news that stunned Husker Nation. Late Saturday evening, senior punter Sam Foltz, along with ex-Michigan State punter Mike Sadler, died in a car crash in Wisconsin where the two had been at a kicking camp together.
Everybody feels this right to the bone.
Tears flowed while hugs and stories were exchanged at a prayer vigil outside Memorial Stadium Sunday afternoon. An emergency team meeting followed.
I was passionately proud of what he did and how he did it and how he practiced it. He loved it, earned his spot, and it was really good. I mean, this guy's really good.
I can see Foltz booting this one over him.
Foltz grew up in small-town Nebraska, walked on the football team, and worked his way into a starting role. He was the 2015 Big Ten Punter of the Year.
He was one of the hardest workers on the team, so he definitely had everybody's respect.
Sophomore running back Divine Ezigbo says Foltz was a friend to all and didn't take life too seriously.
Me and him had this thing to where, I would turn around, pretend to long snap it, and he would always punt it. Doesn't matter when or where you were, if I did it, he would do it back. It just the type of guy he was.
Ezigbo says as tough as it was being at Monday's workout without Foltz, the team will continue to grind and prepare for the upcoming season, because that's what he would want.
Just keep working, do exactly what you want, just have the best season we can for him.
A kicker from LSU was also in the car with Foltz and Sadler. He was taken to the hospital but treated and released. So far, funeral arrangements have not been announced for Sam Foltz. Live in Lincoln, Emily Zink, KMTV Action 3 News.
All right, we want to update you on breaking news, that house explosion in Benson, and it has just gotten worse. The Omaha Fire Department has just revealed that the woman injured in the house explosion near 65th Street has died. Here is what the release is saying. The Omaha Fire Department has learned the female person who was injured in the house explosion, critically injured, has passed away. Name, date of birth, and age being withheld at this time. But again, you're seeing video from the explosion from earlier today in Benson, near 65th and Maple, if you will. And we've just gotten word that that explosion, which injured 3 people, a 4th person taken to the hospital as well, we've just learned has become a deadly and fatal explosion. We will have more information throughout this newscast right here on KMTV. Omaha police are investigating an overnight crash that killed a motorcycle rider. The biker was going westbound on I-80 when he tried to get onto the southbound Highway 75 ramp around 2:15 this morning. The rider lost control of the motorcycle. It slammed into the guardrail right there. He died at the scene. Police closed the ramp for about 4 hours due to that crash. Iowa State investigators are trying to figure out what caused a carnival ride to malfunction at the Cass County Fair in Atlantic on Sunday. 5 people on the octopus ride got hurt when the arm holding their cars slammed to the ground last night. Paramedics took a woman, 3 girls, and a boy to the hospital for treatment. Authorities have not released their names, ages, or hometowns.
Lincoln police have released new surveillance video of the suspect in a deadly robbery earlier this month. Someone shot Robert Hanna to death during the holdup of the Quick Shop near 14th and Adams on July 7th. Police believe this new video shows the suspect shortly before the shooting and is more detailed than previously released still photos. So take a look at your screen. There was a $26,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction in this case.
And this caught our attention. People spotted an unwelcome guest at a pool in northwest Omaha over the weekend. A wild lynx walking through the pool area, caught on camera. Reporter Lindsay Thies is live near 108th and Maple with the story you'll see only on 3 tonight. Lindsay.
Well, Craig, we're here at the Maple Village Country Club pool, and you can tell it's not as busy as it has been earlier in the afternoon, but still a popular place for kids and families to go to cool off on a hot summer day like today. We all know how hot this past weekend and the end of last week was. Well, it turns out humans are not the only fans of coming to a pool to cool off. Take a look.
This summer has been one of the busiest for the Maple Village Country Club pool. 260 families come here to beat the heat. This summer is also the first time managers have put in security cameras.
We had people stealing copper from our bathrooms. We had articles of our chairs and stuff like that thrown in the pool. So it was time to, try to maybe put a little deterrent out there having cameras.
Now they have another deterrent at the pool. You could call it their overnight lifeguard.
So we caught it on this camera here. Okay, so it was about 2:30, 3 in the morning, and it was just walking like this, looking around, no care in the world.
The long legs, beady eyes, one thing was for sure.
I don't think that's a cat.
The Humane Society told the pool board of directors they think it's a lynx. It's a medium-sized wild cat. They notified Games and Parks. This isn't the first time for wild animals at the pool.
With the crick and stuff that runs through here, wild animals everywhere. We have bats here at night that come eat the mosquitoes. When we close, usually the bats will come down and get water. Lots of hawks and other things live in these trees.
For now, they'll be on the lookout for another cat on a hot side of the pool, just in case. They hope that this sighting will also ward off any teens who might be wanting to sneak in for a late-night swim.
Now back out here live at the Maple Village Country Club pool. The lynx or bobcat, some are saying bobcats. Bobcats are actually a type of lynx. Was very polite guest. They think that he was able to get in by jumping over one of these chain link fences. But, he didn't go for a swim. He didn't even take some time out to lay out on the lawn chair. So all in all, not too much destruction, just like you heard Brett Mathis in the story say. It just kind of went for a little stroll, and it was all caught on camera. We have much more video and details online with this story, too, at KMTV.com. For now, we're live in Northwest Omaha. We'll send it back to you.
Creates a bit of fascination, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be bothering the people taking a dip, though.
Set up cameras to catch copper thieves, and you get a bobcat or a lynx or
right there.
Whatever it is.
A cat cruising by.
You could say they're still feeling the burn. It's anything but business as usual as Democrats begin their national convention. How a new email scandal is affecting the party leadership and the schedule of primetime speakers tonight.
And gunfire erupts outside a Florida nightclub where a party for teenagers was just letting out. How many people were hit by the flying bullets and how one witness described the shooting.
And we're experiencing a dry start to the work week, the last full week of July. Nothing happening outside, quiet and dry, but there's a lot of activity back to the west of us over Colorado, even into South Dakota. I'll let you know when we can expect some showers and storms in our area.
You're watching KMTV Action 3 News with Jennifer Griswold, Craig McRelly, and weather with meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin. This is KMTV Action 3 News live at 5.